When it comes to teen dating, a new study has found boys are more likely to be the victims of violence than girls. Tom Walsh has the details.
Actually, there are a lot of boys who are experiencing dating violence from their romantic partners too.
It can be a very passionate time in one's life. Teen relationships are often very fiery, but when it spills over into violence, the victims are not always who you'd expect.
One of the things that's unexpected is that more boys than girls reported that they've experienced in the past year their boyfriend or girlfriend actually hitting, slapping, or physically hurting them on purpose.
Researchers from UBC and Simon Fraser University interviewed over 35,000 grade 7 and 12s and found that while incidents of violence in relationships are generally going down, boys were still more likely to report violence than their female counterparts.
Persistently over the past 10 years, boys are more likely to report that physical dating violence compared to girls. It's going down, and in fact, it's dropping for boys where it's kind of staying the same for girls. So that's good news, but it is still persistently boys are more likely to report that dating violence.
Domestic violence is nothing new, but most of the focus has been on empowering and protecting women, with men often seen as the perpetrator. Now, Dr. Sewick and her team think it's time to rethink old stereotypes.
It may still be more socially acceptable for girls to slap their boyfriend or to be more violent than it is for boys to be violent. To the extent that any kind of healthy relationships interventions have been created, they may actually be focusing on what boys are doing in healthy relationships and not so much on paying attention to that girls can also be violent.
The research is the first of its kind in Canada, and while its findings may be surprising to some, researchers are hoping that no matter what gender you identify with, violence should never have a place in any relationship.
No teen should be in a relationship where they're being physically hurt. And so clearly we still have room to be able to focus on how do we actually help young people develop those relationships that are healthy.
In Vancouver, Tom Walsh, City News.